So just a few intro information that we have here. First is what will be our agenda for today, which of course is task mining, as I mentioned. And Akil will be covering a bit about what is assisted task mining and as unassisted task mining, but we'll be focusing on assisted task mining. And of course, I know the most interesting part of this session will be the demo. So, um, seeing it live in action, how assisted task mining works, Akil will be covering that as part of this session. And we have time later as well for Q&A. So any questions that you have, you can post it in the chat, or you can unmute or or ask for yourself to be unmuted to ask your question on the live session itself. Next slide, please. Okay, great. So first off, let's. So you are in the South California chapter, but this is co-hosted, I believe, in other chapters as well within the U.S. So everyone is joining virtually, but we are an offline community where RPA developers like yourselves or practitioners and enthusiasts, we can meet each other and discuss and share our knowledge or experiences in this industry, especially our use cases in UiPath, the components that we use, and learn together about the challenges and share so that others can learn from these experiences as well. And we have demos that we'll be showing. Akil will be have prepared a demo just for this session for everyone here. So watch out for that on this session. And the team is composed of, as you can see here, although she's not here right now, Diana Gray, who is our community marketing manager in UiPath. And I am Russell Futche. I'm the technical lead in Cubotica, where I work for our customers, delivering end-to-end automation as part of our UiPath projects. And also, Akil will be the main presenter, which he will go through this session of task mining, plus demos and also Q&A and even quiz at the end if you have time. So Pradeep is not here, but I think he's here in spirit. So he also is one of the co-organizers in this session. So, and also we have Arun here, one of our MVPs as well, who will be supporting us in this session, who's an expert in the discovery components of UiPath and has implemented for our customers as well. Actually, we all three are colleagues in the same company, Cubotica. But I would let them introduce themselves. Akil, you want to introduce yourself, and also.
Hey, yes, for sure. So this is Akhil here. So I basically work for only on the task mining and process mining a lot, and I work for company Cubotica. So Russ, me, and Arun, we are all colleagues. So I'm happy to like present today all the task mining, whatever the expertise I have, and present it to you guys.
Hi, this is Arun here. Waiting and
Yep. Hey, Arun. Can
So
you
I'm
hear us?
part of Cubotica's discovery team, and I'm also an UiPath MVP. I'll be here assisting Akhil with the session. If you have any questions, please do post them in the chat. We'll be able to answer them in the chat. And at the end of the call, we'll answer it together. Akhil will be the main presenter for today. Yeah, feel free to ask your questions, and let's get started.
Sure. And sorry, before you start, Akil, before I hand over the floor, I think someone has raised his hand. Rick, do you have any questions before we start? Oh, I think not. But Rick Stucky, okay, it's fine. I think so. Any questions? Feel free to chat or unmute your mic, and then we can answer your question as we go through the session. Go ahead, Akil.
Okay, perfect. So I'll be like continuing with the presentation, and in between, if I'm not able to know, like I'm not able to notice the chat questions, so Arun will help on that. And if you can interrupt in between, or you can keep your questions for the like till the end of the session as well. So anything is fine. Okay, let's get started with UiPath Business Automation Platform. So it has three different pillars like discover, automate, and the operate. So the task mining, which is the one which we are focusing on, it comes under the discovery part. So what discovery part does? So discovery part is the one where we are going to identify the highest ROI opportunities for continuous process optimization and automation using the power of AI. So ultimately, we are using this particular platform to discover the automation opportunities, process inefficiencies, and all the different things within this particular pillar. And task mining is one of the tool which will provide you all this which provides all these different kind of features, and all process mining, task mining, communication mining, all these contributed towards this discovery model. So we are definitely going to focus on the task mining today. Automate, once you have discovered the product, like discovered the automation opportunity, we go for the next one, that is automate, where we are going to automate the ideas that we like got it from the discovery pillar, and we are going to use different kind of features like generative AI, intelligent document processing, specialized AI based on different kind of use cases. Like if you have a document understanding, if you have a documents, if you have other things, all the different things have a different ways to automate it with this particular pillar. Once your automation is completed, you're gonna operate it, like you can do insights, analytics, continuous testing. So we have different products available for the last pillar as well. So today's focus is discover and the task mining. Okay, so what exactly the task mining is? So many of you definitely not knowing about this particular product of the UiPath. So task mining captures the employee's day-to-day desktop activities and applies AI to identify the repetitive tasks that have a highest potential for automation, enabling the more efficient and productive work. So what it means? So what exactly it does? Task mining product, they will install one software on your machine, and employees will they continue their desktop activities as it is. So they won't get disturbed with anything, they won't get like interrupted with any of the thing. Everything will get recorded in the backend, or on the with the help of employees. They have to just do their like day-to-day activities, and task mining software will automatically capture all those activities, and at the end it will applies the AI in such a way that it will automatically tell you out of your process that you recorded. Consider you recorded invoice processing idea, like you just recorded like 100 steps, but within the organization, within the invoice processing especially, we don't know which steps are highly automatable, or can we do the automation with UiPath or not. So all these different things comes initially. So all you what you need to do, you just need to record this. At the end, task mining will give you an option. Okay, out of these 100 steps, these are the 20 steps which are highly automatable. So this is how task mining works. So if you can see, there are four different things which are involved in task mining. First is collect, where employees desktop data will be get collected without interrupting their work. So they will consider you're opening your laptop, you're going to Chrome, you're opening Gmail, you're doing couple of other, like couple of operations, you're going to each email, downloading the attachment. So all this kind of a data, everyday day-to-day activities, you collected that, capture that, all actions and variations, everything will get collected under the collect module. Once everything is collected, we are going to apply AI to that particular data. So what AI does, so that is the one where task mining AI algorithm will kick in, and it will apply that algorithm towards this collected data, and it will provide you key metrics for this particular task, like the one example which I gave for the invoice processing, right? So it will give you the key insights, like how much is the execution time, how much of that entire process we can automate. So every process can't be like exactly 100% automatable if there it has a some kind of a human intervention required, some kind of a human decision required in between. So at that time it will just show you how much it is something we can automate with the UiPath uh, automation tool. So once you analyze that, once you have, and it will give you the key task matrix as well, such as like how much time you spent on that particular task, how much is the frequency, how many times this particular task got repeated, like multiple times. So analyze will focus on that. Visualize will ultimately give you the list of automation candidates, and it will show you all the graphs, how many times you switch in between different kind of apps. So all these different kind of things you can visualize at the end and export. Once you consider that you got the automation opportunities from this task mining, you can directly export these ideas into PDD and or a XAML skeleton. XAML skeleton is nothing but the studio code which you can get it in the skeleton to build for the automation. So this all comes under one package which we call it as a task mining. So this is very basic thing for a task mining from start to end, like collecting, analyzing, visualizing, and the exporting part of it. So how it works. So in discover part, like first is this is kind we call it as a life cycle of the task mining. So first is discover, where we are going to capture the variation of known tasks and merge them into different comprehensive tasks. And once we collect the data, like capture the data, we are going to mine the unknown areas to identify the repetitive task with the AI powered analysis. So within the task, how which of the tasks are like highly automatable or highly repetitive that employees are keep on doing it all the time. So it will discover that. Once you discover that, similar like the previous slide which I mentioned, you are going to visualize extracted data, analyze different kind of variations. So if I give you the example of the variation, consider that invoice processing, some people are doing it in a one way, some people are doing it in other way, like they're going to Chrome and they're going to they are completing the steps within Chrome, but some people they are going to Edge and they're doing the same step in Edge. So all these different variation you can combinedly see it together under one tool that is in task mining, and you can see that like okay, Edge is there, Chrome is there, Mozilla is there. They should not be following all these different kind of a browser if there is a standard way already given to them. So all these different kind of inefficiencies and everything also you can do it from here. Then you can predict like which of these whole task you can automate. You can get the AI driven analysis, you can act like remove redundant activities, you can automate is based on the ROI transformation. Then you can at the end monitor and optimize it together as well. So you can see it, you can like check in like whether there are any issues in that, where there are like so many redundant activities. Everything you can check it with the task mining. When I go to demo, I can show you all these things in detail. Okay, let's move to another next part, which is assisted and unassisted task mining. So if like many of you must be like wondering like when to use assisted and when to use unassisted, and that's like a major question for most of the people who are using task mining. And like it's really simple that when to use assisted and unassisted. So assisted task mining we are going to do only for capturing the known tasks, and unassisted task mining we're going to mine the unknown task. So it will empower your employees to capture the variation of the known task and easily merge this task into comprehensive picture of the existing process. So that means when you know the process, so when you like go to any process, any department, and they will explain you that particular process. In that particular process, if you know that process from start to end, you just wanted to find out the variations within your process, you want to find out like different areas within the process, like how people are doing it differently, the same process. So all this process variation, standardization, harmonization, you can do it with the assisted task mining. Unassisted task mining comes with the feature where you don't know what exactly to automate. Here it will main focus is to automate or get the automation opportunities from the unknown areas. So you are going to perform the task mining on the unknown areas, and our unassisted task mining tool will provide you the tasks that we can automate within that unknown area. So this is the major differentiator part of the assisted and unassisted like task mining, when to use like these two approaches. So let's go one by one with on assisted as well as unassisted task mining. So start with the assisted task mining to get a good understanding of the task. So what does assisted task mining does? So it will collect all different kind of variations like your mouse clicks, keystrokes, hotkeys, you like whatever you are doing it on your machine, everything we are going to collect. And one of the example, if I give you invoice processing, you are going to the Outlook, you're getting the invoices from the email, then you are downloading those, then you are capturing information from that, entering it to Excel. So that is your standard process that you generally do. So this is just an example I'm giving it to you. So what you're going to do is, in assisted task mining, you're going to collect all these different variation with different users or with the same user. How that particular case is, that is also one of the important factor in it. So I consider that you perform this invoice processing task mining study with 5 users. All 5 users work in their own way and they will record everything together. What assisted task mining will give you an option is to merge all those different kind of a variation start to end, and enables you to edit these graphs as well. Consider a couple of user got some error in between because of document is already opened or not opened, some kind of errors they got. So if those errors are like genuine errors or not genuine errors, based on that you are going to edit your process graphs as well. So once you get your process ready, you're like you have a final standard process that we can say, okay, this is the final process that we got from the assisted task mining, and we this is harmonized, this is perfect with multiple users combination and everything. Once we merged it, then you can export it to PDD or XAML to directly use it for the automation. Like you can use it directly as a PDD for the automation to the developers. So you can do all these things with the assisted task mining. So mining unknown areas by capturing several employees, that is something which we can't do with assisted. And if you can see, process even efficiency is main like advantage of the process mining, not for the assisted. And testing is for the test suite, not for the assisted task mining. Assisted task mining comes like with it's not like a very long duration kind of a study. It's like a 1 hour duration, or depends on how long that particular process is. Based on that, assisted task mining will work. So assisted task mining will be having, either it could be like done within like 2 days, 1 day, or maybe hours, maybe an hours as well, that you can complete this study. You need to involve the SMEs, you need to edit the process graph, because some errors and some kind of a thing which are unknown, you can like remove those as well in between with the task. So you can capture up to 10 traces, like to have a to avoid the complication within the task mining. So all these things I'm going to show it to you for the assisted task mining in the demo part. So with assisted task mining, you can collect variation of specific tasks by capturing each action. Then you can merge all those comprehensive task pictures of the task end to end with the understanding. Then you can edit this and you can export it into PDD or the XAML. So this is the major important part, I would say, for the assisted task mining is the journey map. So you can see that it starts with the preparation. In the preparation, you are going to select the process. Consider within your organization, you decided to perform the assisted task mining. Then you are going to select the process. Invoice processing is one of the process that you finalize that I'm going to do assisted task mining on. So you selected a process, then you are going to select the users. So how many users, which of those users, what are their email IDs, you are going to select all this. Then you are going to onboard these users. Onboard these users, that means they should be having a UiPath Cloud account. Then we are going to invite them to UiPath Cloud. Then you are going to set up infra. Then you are going to look for the firewall exception allowed. So on the UiPath task mining documentation, it will give you the clear list which of the websites that you need to like allowed for the firewall exception. So that will give you the clear picture to make sure your task mining is working correctly and not having any issue. So you are going to do that, and security review. So all these have a like detailed documentation that we have it on the docs.uipath.com. So you can check that in the, so this is nothing but like a first part of the preparation where you are going to like onboard the user, set up the task mining, enable the task mining service, everything in your organization. Then when it comes to second part, that is setup, you are going to sign up to cloud.uipath.com. You're going to sign up for the cloud.uipath.com, and then you are going to invite the users to perform the recording for a specific task. So I'm going to show it to you how to invite the user, how to perform the recording, and all these different kind of things. So once they start, whatever the users you onboarded to task mining, they get an invitation to install this particular task mining agent on their machine. So they are going to install that agent on their machine. Once you install that agent on their machine, they can start the recording for that particular specific task. So you can see that user each perform a few instances of the recording of the task. So they are going to record this. Once the recording is done, like once they recorded invoice processing from start to end, same example I will go, they will go to Outlook, they will uh, download the attachment, they will extract the data, they will add that into Excel and send that Excel back to some person. So these are a couple of steps that they are doing. So they recorded everything till this point. So preparation, setup, recording. After that, we are going to see like same kind of a thing. Either we are going to do with the same user or multiple different user to have a process variations. Once you done that, you are going to analyze and merge these results. So you are going to go through each flow and make updates as needed to step names. You will have an option to edit, you can do anything with all those things. You can compare the flows using the compare window, and you can merge these traces using the comprehensive view of the single task. So you can see, okay, consider I'm the one who recorded one single instance of the invoice processing, and Arun is the another person who recorded the invoice processing as a second user. At the end, you can merge this and see that you can compare it, how Arun did, how Akhil did, and how these two flows are different. If you want to merge these traces together, you can merge those as well. So all these capabilities you have, you can like change anything, you can merge anything, you can auto merge anything. I will show you all those features of the assisted task mining. Once everything is done, once you finalize, okay, this is a standard process, harmonized process, you are going to review and present the findings. Like you are going to review the like finalized steps that you are going to review with your SMEs or a business to check whether whatever you are doing is correct or not correct. You have to do that review with them, and based on their like understanding, you can change that, you can like update that your final comprehensive workflow. Then you can export that into different kind of things like PDD, image. You can export it into different kind of formats or send it to automation hub. So you can present KPIs, conduct root cause analysis, all these different kind of things you can do and review at the end of mining. So this is the next step, I would say, standardization of the process, harmonization, and the manual automation opportunities. So assisted task mining won't give you any kind of automation opportunities automatically. It doesn't involve any kind of AI within assisted task mining. It won't give you any kind of automation opportunities directly. So this is something different from unassisted and assisted. So you have to like look for the manual automation opportunities within the assisted task mining. Okay, so these are a couple of roles, task mining roles involved. So service level roles are like administrator and project creator. So these are like service level roles that we have. The roles that controls the action that use the task mining service in the tenant. And another is project level roles. Once you once the project creator created the project, it has project administrator, business analyst, and the recording users. So project administrator will admin the entire thing. Like they can remove the user, they can add the user, they can do anything like an administrator generally do. Second is business analyst, who will just look for all the insights, like how is the execution time, once we merge that together, what are the different things where we can improve, where we can do a couple of other things. So all these different kind of things business analysts generally do. And the recording users are the employees of the task mining project, where they are going to record all those things together into the project. So I added a link about detailed information about all this. And you must be worried, like when I'm recording something, or consider on the Outlook, I must be having some client data, I must be having SSN information, must be having phone numbers, email. So task mining provides a PIR data masking. So whenever you are recording, your employees are recording, you can enable this PIR data masking, so to hide all this information. So task mining does it automatically for you. So it will like it will just mask everything, so you don't have to worry about any of the critical information that get recorded into task mining. So that and if you want to record it, sometime I saw like many clients they don't want to mask it, they want to record everything, they don't have any problem because everything is within their cloud. So some you can enable and disable both in assisted and unassisted task mining. Okay, so this is something which I'll come back later. And before moving to unassisted task mining, I will quickly go and show it to you all the information related to assisted task mining, like kind of a demo, how to create a project, how to create other things over here. Arun, are there any question, like any important question that we have to answer?
No, I don't see any questions so far.
Okay, perfect. Not a problem. So let me move ahead with the assisted task mining demo. So when you go to cloud, first have to enable the task mining service for you. So if you can see, if I click on this 9 dots, I can see here task mining is there. So if it is, you are not able to see it here, that means it is not enabled for your tenant. So you need to first have this task mining. Once I click on it, it will look like this. And you can see there are a couple of test projects I created, but I'm going to create a new project for you so that you will understand how to create like any assisted task mining. So if I click on it, start new project, I'm going to give you the name, like give the name for this particular project is Unity assisted task mining project. So you can add a context. Then if you can see, there is option over here, advanced option. Here you can enable the unassisted task mining to create unassisted task mining. But right now, as we are not doing unassisted task mining project, we are not going to enable this. And you are going to continue with the next button. And if you can see, it only support two languages right now, that is English and Japanese. So Japanese also we recently launched this particular one. So it supports only two languages by the task mining. So if I click next, it will give me an option to invite the users. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to like invite different users over here. If you can see, I will just invite one or two users, or ultimately you are going to invite the users over here, add their email IDs, and you are going to send the invite to like add them into this particular task mining project. So for now, I just added these users who are my colleagues. Once I do that, it will create this particular project. Can you see community? This was created and requested user have added to the recorded user list and will automatically start recording when they log in and consent. It will not get recorded unless and until there is a consent given by the recorders. So if you can see, the project is created and there are two options given. One is capture trace, another one is build trace. So the capture trace will come with the recording, and the build trace is something like a manual diagram. I will go for that one later. And if I click on the share, before that edit project, you can again change the any name, whatever you want to do, you can change that. And you can see that this particular project is in task review, completed, archived. You have an multiple, you have option to choose any of this based on what exactly the status of your particular project. So we haven't did anything, we did everything, and the one option which I was showing is mask personally identifiable information on the recorded screenshot. So this is the option I was talking about. You can either mask it or unmask it based on the uh, your requirement, and anonymize the display names of the recording users. That means if you don't want to mention which person recorded this particular task. So as an example which I gave you, Arun and I, like we are recording for towards single project, but at the end whoever is doing the analytics, we don't want to show it to them that specifically that this user recorded this or that user recorded this particular test. If you don't want to do that and anonymize the user, you have both options over here to uh, do it according to your requirement.
Yeah,
Once
Akhil,
yeah.
that is a question from Devi. So I think this is related to the settings you were just showing,
Uh-huh.
right? The question is, if keystrokes are recorded and
Mhm.
there are credentials like passwords or username, will they
Mhm.
be recorded?
Everything, if even if they get recorded, everything will be masked over there. So it's not like, consider you're writing anything, or you're writing any password or username, it will get masked by the mask feature of the task mining.
Yeah, the answer is it won't be recorded, right?
Sorry.
It will not be recorded, right?
Yeah, right, it will get masked and it won't get recorded on the task mining cloud.
Go ahead.
Okay, then we have a share button here where you can add. Consider that after creating a project, you decided to have more users added to this particular project. You can add people like names over here, and you can add them into the same project that we can see it here. So you can do that, and the roles which I mentioned, right? Recorded user, business analyst, and project admin. You can assign this user based on their roles that you want to add. So I created this project. That's why I have all these options to add for any user. So once you do that, once you created this particular project, I can see the name, or you can see all these projects over here directly from this drop down as well, like which project you are into. So right now I'm into community assisted task mining project, and you can see there is an admin button where you can manage the access. Like you can assign the role, you can create the roles, you can do all these different things. Like administrator and the project creator, these are the two different roles we have. You can assign this role to the users that you are getting it into your project. So once you have this over here, there is a recently new feature that task mining product team added, is the notification. So you can customize this. Like consider that your analytics is completed, your you exported like couple of traces, all these different kind of a notification, you will get it over here. So that activities and everything will be here. So let me start with doing the actual task mining thing. So right now for this demo purpose, I already like installed task mining before the hand in my machine. So when I just invited these two users, Devi and Arun, they definitely must have gotten one email where they have to accept the invite and install the task mining agent on their machine. So once you accept that invite and click on the installer, that will install the task mining agent like this on their machine. So once it get installed, you are going to click on the UiPath task mining. Okay, so if you can see this, it will open this particular pop-up like this as an agent. So here you are going to do is capture task as is and mine multiple tasks. So these two options comes with a different thing. So capture task is nothing but your assisted task mining project, and you don't have any unassisted task mining project related to you. That's why this particular project, this particular button is disabled for you. So if I click on the capture task as is, I should be having community ATM project available here. So if you want, if you can, you have an option to create a new project directly from here, or you can select the existing project if you already created one directly from the task mining cloud. So as I already created a task mining project, community ATM, I'm going to select existing project, and I'm going to look for community ATM project. So I'm going to select that and I'm going to click on the next button. So if you can see, as it mentioned before, unless and until the user give a consent to for the recording will not get kicked in. So you are going to do your first, you are going to give a consent, and once you have a consent, then you can start the recording. And what I will do, I'll quickly start the recording and I'll show you as an example how it works and how it looks like. So what I'm doing is, if you can see in the background, I started the recording. Can you see this pop up over here? So this top recording is in progress and 0 actions out of 500. So you can capture maximum 500 actions to work task mining perfectly. I would recommend always to keep it around 450 to 460 to have a upload successful. So 450 to 480 is a good number. If you are going around 500, not a problem as well. So based on my experience, I'm giving that particular option. In between this recording, you can pause the recording, you can end the recording for the assisted task mining. So if I pause this, can you see those pause is there on this particular one? So you can pause this recording and you can resume it as well. So you can resume it. As soon as you resume and you click on multiple screens, it will show you what it is recording on this particular pop-up. So if I and in assist like if I click on the Acme system, I just opened one of the one example. Can you see here in the this option? It is showing you that it went to Acme test.uipath.com. So it will give you a screenshot and it will be consider this as one activity, one action to go click on this particular tab and record this. Then I'm going to enter my credentials. Then I'm going to enter my password, and then I'm going to click on the login button. Can you see there are 4 actions? As you can see that, right? The initial one, actually I signed in before, and that's why I got that error, because that particular page was opened from long time. So all these ones are like unknown things, or like not required things. You can customize it later as well. So I went to Acme, I go to accounts, or I go to vendors, and I'm going to download the vendor list. Once I download it, I can see that my Excel file is downloaded over here, and I'm going to. That's what my particular process is. Then I'm going to user options or work items, and I'm going to click on one of the single item. This is something consider that employees is generally doing. They go to this. You can see this. I add a comment. Okay. I will just open, I will update the work item. I got some pop-up here, I recorded that. You can see the number on the right side, it is getting increased all the time. Then I'm going to close this, I'll go back to this. Again, I go back to another one. Based on what exactly the employees are doing, I'm going to do this. Once I'm done with my job, I'm going to end the recording. You can pause it, and you can in between, you can, if you got a call, if you got anything like manager, like you want to chat on the Teams, you can do it in between. Again, you can resume with the recording. And at the end, once you are done with a single case for the recording, you are going to end this. So can you see like 26 actions that we recorded for this process? All these will get actions loaded and uploading into the task mining tool. And I can see that, okay, now if we can see there is a pop-up, I got your trace is ready, task mining ATM project, open it in the task mining tool. So I'll go back to my task mining project. community. If you can see, there is one trace having 26 different actions. Okay, if you can see it here, it's a really amazing insight that we have it here is recording user is Akhil Kivatika, like date created, how many steps it involved, execution time. Because I found this particular insights extremely useful for many of the clients that I like seen before. How many mouse clicks I did, how many text entries I did, how many hotkeys, how many like on and which application I mainly use. So if you can see, I didn't use any Excel or anything. I just used only Acme. So it is showing me you spent 2 minutes on the Acme and 100% utilization of this particular website. So it will give you the detailed insight for that particular trace to have a detailed information about it.
Yeah, and Akhil, there is one more question from Shreya, right? So
Yeah.
she's asking if how do we know which fields we need to mask? Right? So I think that the correct answer is, let's say, can I click on the second box, login, right? Let's say you are entering a password here, right? I think we can show the. Yeah, can you open that? Yeah. Can you edit one of these boxes?
Yeah, I can do that, definitely.
Yeah. Right. So we can manually remove these element. Let's say a particular data you want to mask the email ID, right? We can even edit this image
So
and
I'll
blur
show
it.
you where to
We have
go.
the blur
Like
option
for
on top, right? You see the blur option.
Yes, so you need to go click on that particular activity. You can click this three dots and edit image. So we call it as an action editor. This particular pop-up, we call it as an action editor in task mining. So consider that this is something which you don't want to show it in the screenshots or the final workflow or in the PDD. What you can do, you have multiple option here, like blur. So I'm going to select this. I'm going to retract it over here and you can just like remove this or mask it like that way. So this way you can like prevent your data from like masking. Once you do that, you are going to save this particular image.
Yeah,
When
but
you
if you notice, there are a lot of fields automatically masked. That is out of the box feature from UiPath. Mask the
exactly.
PII data, and that's the documentation I shared on the link. Please take a look. And if you think that that doesn't help, you need to mask more details, then that has to be done from the administration tab, what you see on your screen here.
Exactly, definitely. So if you can see it here, like as the end, you got this particular trace. Like anything else, Arun, or should I proceed? We have 15
Yeah, I
minutes.
mean, we can proceed, but we only have 15 minutes, so
Right,
please
right,
take
right.
your time on the content.
Okay, perfect. So if you can see it here, you can see a overall analytics over here as well, like how many traces got recorded, how many users are involved, how many application, average execution time for this particular project. And within this particular project, you can see this workflow, what you went through, like which you can edit all these titles, you can see everything in detail. You went to login, then you went to particular dashboard. This you can see everything in detail, all these different things, what exactly the employee followed all these steps. So you can see everything in detail, and consider that you finalize this, you like decided to go for the final automation or you want to go for the standardized thing. You have an option to export that into different 5 options. We can say you can directly send this either to automation hub if you want to automate. You can do a like process description document as a PDD. So consider that I selected it, and it is going to it's exporting that into one document. If I click on this document, okay, so if you can see, it created an entire PDD for you for your particular process. So right from table, text, whatever the as is process to be, and I would say it's not definitely the entire diagram or like all the different things got captured, but if your process within the assisted task mining is correct, then definitely all these things will get captured into this. And you can see, can you see this? you spend like this much of 13 seconds on this particular page, you click the left button of the mouse, everything will get recorded. You can customize this once you like export into this particular document. If you have a refined like actions on the task mining tool, you can create the refined document out of it at the end. So it will be like a template for you to start with as a PDD. So this is one of the important feature of it. So if I show you one of the important another feature, I created some of the example for you. So this is another assisted task mining project that I created. It comes with multiple features like merge traces and all that. You can see that like there are multiple traces we recorded. So this is the trace and this another trace. I can merge this trace. Like I have, if I want to like compare Arun's trace with Logesh trace with the trace which I recorded, I can do a auto merge here. You can see that's auto merge option. With the auto merge option, you can see how all these users are doing this particular thing in detail, and you can see that I auto merged one of the traces for you before, so that we don't have to spend the time. You can see that how each user worked in a different way, same kind of a particular process. They might be using some different browser, they might be using different things. So all these different features that assisted task mining gives, and based on that you can standardize and export into that particular thing. Another thing would be guided merge. You can guidedly merge these different traces. Over here is the one you selected with this one, and you can guided merge with this particular approach. You can manually do all these different things over here. So if you can see here, so this particular activity is not there available in the another one, which we call it as a combined activity. And if you want to add this particular activity in your final diagram, you can select as append element over here, and you can select the activity on the right to select it to update that particular activity next to this. So this will give you an option to have this particular activity available into your like merge trace in the end. So this is like a manual trace merging, I would say. So you have multiple options. Append element will append only that particular element into your diagram. Append all will help you to append all the different activities below this diagram, below this, to your right side of the diagram. So if I select append all, it selected all this and it will append it all over here in this. Can you see it appended everything over here? If you want to skip couple of activities which are like error and we don't want to include in our standard process, you can skip it, and you can merge it to merge the action which are included in this one into this particular combined activity to combine the merging part of it. So these are all the important features of the assisted task mining. And let me quickly go to unassisted task mining. Unassisted task mining, it comes with the AI capabilities, where we have to perform we have to do this study on the unknown unknown areas we don't have any idea about. So I'm going to show you a quick demo about all of this, so that you don't forget, you don't get messed up with this. So recording tips and for the users, these are like do's and don'ts. So they have to completely finish the task once they started. They don't have to do like multitask in between. So if they are doing multitasking, the tool will get confused. So completely finish the task, then then use the pause button in between based on how they want to use it. Like if they want to meet, they want to go for a meeting or anything, they can pause it in between. Then work on the same task in the same browser, so that we don't have a different kind of things in the task mining tool. Run the Slack, other social media in a different browser, so that it won't get recorded. So all these are like do's. Don'ts are like don't multitask, don't pause a lot, and don't quickly answer colleagues email because you are doing a task mining study. So these are like recording best practices that we generally suggest. And the demo that I was showing it to you already, I'll quickly show you the unassisted part of it. So we already have one unassisted project, that like a sample. So as I told you, we can create an unassisted task mining project with the enabling that particular button, and you can create an unassisted task mining project. Once you create it, you can see this particular project like this, and you are going to run this analysis. So how unassisted task mining works, you are going to record the screens in the background. It's not like assisted task mining. In unassisted task mining, you are going to record 50,000 minimum action to have a good insight about it. So unassisted task mining, you are going to invite the users. So if you can see, we invited multiple user. They started the recording. They recorded like this much of data. So if you can see the recorded data, if I go to this, and right now, if you can see, we don't have any kind of analysis available because we don't have a 50,000 K actions collected for any of the projects. So once you have a 50,000 actions, you can run the analysis. You can do the run analysis button even before that as well, but it won't assure you to give a good insights or good automation opportunities out of it. So this is how unassisted and assisted task mining works. Our major focus today is on the assisted task mining only, but I just wanted to give you a quick introduction about unassisted task mining as well. So if you see the journey map of the unassisted task mining, you are going to do the same thing like selecting process, nominate, invite the user. They are going to again install. If you already have installed on your machine, you don't have to do it again. Then you are going to add allowed application and the project setup. Then they have to start the recording and collect 50,000 actions. Once the 50,000 actions got recorded, we are going to trigger this run analysis button, which will create automation opportunities for you. So once automation opportunities are created, you can do the similar things like exporting, creating a document, and going for the automation. So these are all the capabilities of the unassisted task mining. So let's quickly go to a quiz. If you guys can join this, we can start with the quiz, and I will take the question and answer. And definitely reach out to me by on LinkedIn or on my email, so we can definitely resolve all the questions that you have. So can we start with the quiz? Okay. How many of you joined? Okay, looks like I got a couple of replies. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, perfect. Looks like we have a couple of thumbs ups over there. Let's start. So, yeah, I can see 8 players are there. So, are you guys ready? Let's start the quiz. So, I definitely know, yeah, first is what is task mining? And there are multiple options available. You have 30 seconds. It's a method to collect the data from various sources, capturing employees' day-to-day activities and apply AI. It's a technique to automate all business, and a way to manage the project timelines. Oh, amazing. All of you have already answered. Perfect. Looks great. Like all of you answered it correctly. Perfect. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, we have everyone here. Frost is leading the dashboard, like leaderboard, and she did it based on like how fast you are about answering the questions. Okay, let's go to the next question. And what are the steps involved in the task mining? Plan, build, manage, run, collect, analyze, export, discover, understand, act and monitor, design, develop, deploy, and maintain. Perfect. Okay, so couple of you just answered for plan, build, manage, and run. So planning is not a part of the task mining, so we don't definitely don't consider this as an option. The third thing is discover, understand, act, and monitor. These are like I would say it's like a life cycle part of the task mining. These are not the steps involved in the task mining. So if you read the question, the steps involved are collect, analyze, visualize, and the exporting part of it. So good. Okay, amazing. So we have Homer, Frosty, Arun leading top three. Let's go to the next question. Okay, all of you are ready. And I gave a timing based on different questions, how fast you can do. So some might be 30, some might be 15 seconds. So yeah, 50. Which of the following is not a part of assisted task mining? Capture each action, merging variation, analyzing process inefficiencies, generating essential asset for the automation implementation. Okay. This is definitely a tricky question because it's analyzing the pro. It's if you read this, it's not a part of an assisted part of assisted task mining. So analyzing process inefficiencies is not a part of it. If I go back to my slides, if you can see this, analyzing process inefficiencies is not is a part of the process mining, not of the assisted task mining. So that's why the answer is it's not a part of this like assisted task mining. Okay, that's something which was I was thinking it's tricky. And okay, we still got a couple of answers correct. So we have Arun, SK, and Homer leading the list. Okay, okay, all of you are ready again. What does unassisted task mining focus on? Capturing variations of known tasks, exploring unknown areas, testing application, structuring long-term performance recording. I hope this is pretty easy. Amazing. Most of you answered it correctly. Capture the variation of a known task is a part of assisted task mining, not of the unassisted task mining. So if you can see, question is unassisted task mining focus on. So these are a couple of like tricks and bits and tricks. I did it for the quick quiz so that just to make sure you guys understand that particular part. So if you can see this, we have many people answered it correctly. So you guys are good. We have Arun, Eski, Homer, Devi, Elmo. Perfect. So let's go to the last question. Okay, all of you are ready. Amazing. Okay, I think that's all. That's what I kept it. So Arun got all the like most of the points. Thank congrats, Arun. But yeah, perfect. So Arun was also not knowing about this quiz, so good. Perfect. So
Yeah, I was not part of the question.
even
Basically,
if he's
planned it.
like he's with me, he was not knowing about this quiz. So that's great. Perfect. That's all about quiz. I hope you enjoyed this session and you understand all concepts about the task mining. My major goal today was to make you guys understand mainly about assisted task mining. And I can see that most of you answered the questions correctly, and which give me enough confidence that you got the major understanding about the initial part of the task mining. And for any question, anything related to installing any kind of issues, if you can see, like I'm always active on the UiPath forums, as well as you can reach out to me through LinkedIn, or you can reach out to me on my email as well. I can quickly see. I don't think so. We have any pending questions, right, Arun?
No, we don't have any question. I think we answered most of the questions. I think this was a very helpful session, Akhil. and mostly we covered attended task mining, assisted task mining. Okay, thanks for your time and all the questions here.
Perfect. Amazing. Okay. I think we already passed the time, so I think we should be are good, right, Arun?
Yes, if no one else has any questions, I think we can drop.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyone have any questions? Last minute question that I can answer quickly. You can give a thumbs up if you don't have any question. So that will,
yes, I think we're good. This was
yeah,
very
looks like
informative.
that.
Um, and major focus from UiPath is on the assisted task mining. I think that's what we covered. And hope everyone has a great day ahead. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.